would mean that Belgium would go out and France through to the semi-finals, unless Greece could beat the Czechs by 2 goals or more. Let's find out what happened in that one with Tony Jones describing the action.
And the Czech Republic lost to France in their opening game, then they defeated Belgium. They make 6 changes. Radoslav Kovac gets his first start. Liverpool's Milan Baros leads the attack. He's one of 6 full internationals to make the starting 11. No wonder the Czechs are favourites to join France now in the last 4. As for Greece, well, they can still hope of progress, but they've lost their opening 2 games and seem sure of taking the first plane home. They make 7 changes. Among those going out, Christos Patsologlu, a full international. Among those coming in, George Sitaridis of Panathinaikos, ruled out so far in the tournament by illness. Greece all in blue here. The Czech Republic in those red shirts and white shorts. And it's Greece who get us underway. Thumping challenge there as Gizatis goes over. No doubt here already that the Czech Republic mean business. This game kicks off in Lausanne as France meet Belgium in Geneva. France with 6 points from 2 games so far. Belgium and the Czech Republic each have 3 points, Greece none. But if France win and Greece win by 4 goals here, Greece could make the semi-finals. And they're making a positive enough start. Lomputius there getting well forward. Has been playing as a conventional left back in the opening 2 games, but the coach here deciding to play Lomputis on the left side of midfield. He's almost operating as a wing back. Greece have to be positive. They have to go for goals. Nothing though that we've seen so far from Greece suggests that they will get the goals that they need. Czech Republic so experienced. 7 of the squad have been capped at full international level, 6 of them in the starting lineup here. Defensive wall there is being rather optimistic, just being nudged back a yard or 2. Vachisek has joined the edge of the defensive wall. What can the Czech Republic produce here? It's inventive. Here's Vachisek. He wasn't picked up. It's Gitas who got back to make the covering challenge, and Baros now is offside. Miroslav Baranek, the Czech Republic coach, set to move on from the under-21s to the senior squad once this tournament has concluded. He'll be acting as assistant to Karel Bruckner. Bruckner took over the Czech Republic's senior squad back in January. Was in charge of the under-21s a couple of years ago. Czech Republic were at top of their qualifying group. They scored 28 goals in all. Enjoyed an 11-game unbeaten run before France got the better of them in the opening match of this tournament. Vachisek. Is Kovac making his first appearance at the tournament. Kyriakos deciding to leave the free kick to Valas. Katsarantis. Slipped there on the edge of the penalty area by Saltonidis. Drobny. Brugere. Czech Republic have so much experience in defence. A fair bit of experience up front too, with Barros there on the ball, the Liverpool striker. Barros there guilty of some strong arm tactics. Played times already for the senior Czech Republic team. Scored 4 goals. Away by Kovac. Header on there by Papadopoulos. Drobny to mop up. Turn towards Barros. Pitak. Pitak has continued his forward run here. Confident defending by Kyriakos. Kyriakos, one of the defenders to catch the eye in this tournament, despite the fact that Greece have struggled, losing their opening game to Belgium 2-1 and then beaten 3-1 by France. Sitaridis there making his first appearance in this tournament. He has been ill, the striker who impressed in Europe last season with Panathinaikos, still only 20. It is a relatively youthful Greek squad. It's an under-21 tournament, but the tournament actually kicked off back in September 2000. Players who were aged 21 or under in 2000 still eligible to play in the finals of the competition in May 2002. Here's Barros. Complaining about the treatment which he received then from Milan Barros. It seemed to be more of a stumble than a foul, but he got away with it. Kovac's header clear. Here's Barros. Chases on now for Vacusek. Valas got there first. That will be a corner kick, although Valas complaining there that he was tripped by Vacusek. And by Skacha. Well covered by the near post. Zitas there back to help out as Drobny challenged. Taken short this time. On by Vacusek. And back come Greece now with Zitas. It's a super crossfield pass. Sitaridis. This is what Greece have been missing. There's a great run forward there by Sitaridis. Really positive signs there for Greece. Foul in the end was committed on the edge of the penalty area. This is that earlier opportunity. Goalkeeper didn't know too much about that, but he did enough. by Kovac. Sitoridis has definitely added some quality to this Greek team. Playing wide on the right-hand side, just behind the front two. Pedralka. Now Drobny, who's apparently trying to negotiate a move to France when the tournament concludes. You could hear a squeal of anguish there as Vacicek went down. It's a firm challenge. Kyriazis is fully entitled to go for the ball. All the way through for Skacha. Here he is again. Crosses a deep one. Well dealt with by Kyriakos. Panathinaikos defender who saw action in the UEFA Champions League during the season which has just concluded. And just a year ago he was playing in the Greek third division. He's made impressive strides during the last 12 months or so. He's made impressive strides during this competition too. Italy have dominated this competition in the last 10 years or so. It's held every 2 years and Italy have won 4 out of the last 5 competitions. Gitas. Kovac with work to do. By Vallis. Strigera with a header clear. On again by Tavlaridis. Pollack. Pedralka. Skacel push from behind. Then by Skacel. Free kick took a deflection and it almost took it away from the in-running Czech Republic players then. Berenek has made the point that his team need to be disciplined here. Felt that they showed their naivety a little bit just before half-time in the game against France when they conceded 2 goals and lost 2-0. Much more measured in their approach in their second fixture at this tournament, defeating Belgium 1-0. And by Pollack. Here's Barros, flag has stayed down. Save was a good one. But Milan Barros there will surely feel that he should have hit the target and he should have beaten the goalkeeper. Great opportunity for the Czech Republic, and he was onside, timed it well. One-on-one against the goalkeeper. He had Vallis snapping at his heels then, and perhaps just hurried the shot. Republic with no shortage of attacking options. They've got Mikel Pospisil on the bench. Another option available to Miroslav Beranek is Thomas Jun, who was very lively on his first start in this competition against Belgium. 19-year-old striker who last summer was playing in the World Under-20 competition in South America. Kyriazis. On by Sitaridis. Papadopoulos. He's won the throw. Sitaridis with the throw. Now Papadopoulos. Kyriazis with nowhere to go. Here's Valas. Kyriakos. Gitas. Lamputis offering support. Good interception that by Kovac. Vacusek. On by Skatchel, and this time Barros is offside. The Czech Republic there showing that they can break very, very quickly, prepared to absorb what Greece threw at them and then to hit them sharply on the counter-attack. Lamputis. Crosses a deep one, too deep for Papadopoulos. Skacha drove the ball against Tavlaridis. There's a line of red shirts now on the edge of that penalty area. Drobny's in there. Vacusek ready to make his move. Solis made an easy catch. But again, his distribution is not particularly good. Kyriakos leading the charge forward. Gitas, who's looked very lively. Clever turn of foot there by Gitas. Gitas again. On by Kyriazis. And back come the Czech Republic. Polak hasn't given up the chase. But then Polak is guilty of the foul. Zitaridis just trying to skip clear of the challenge. Greece playing with a lot of purpose. Did struggle in their opening two games, and here's Gitas. Couldn't quite get that. Angle was all wrong for him. He's not the biggest, but what a difference he has made in the games in which he's played. He's been used sparingly so far. Came on as a substitute against Belgium, but immediately made his mark. And now he's been given an opportunity from the start. Great stop by Czech. Czech Republic, as was the director, then caught unawares. Kovac's clearance. Czech Republic have an opportunity now to regroup in defence. Twice in a matter of moments, they've very nearly been undone. And Gagara there was fouled by Sapanidis, and it was Sapanidis who had that snapshot that nearly caught Peter Czech, the goalkeeper, out. Just managed to get a yard then on Drobny. Struck the ball well enough. Goalkeeper stood on his feet for as long as possible. Narrowed the angle, made it difficult there for Sapanidis. Brilliantly done that by Vatusek. They had to get the challenge right. And Skachel stopped in his tracks. In by Pitak. Tavlaridis with a header clear. Pitak once more. Kovac. There's a trip there. Tavlaridis perhaps not as sharp as he should be, having had a lengthy absence. Greece determined to involve him in at least one of their 3 games here. He's been sidelined for 10 days or so with illness. Midway through this first half then. Pitak with a free kick. There was a stumble there inside the penalty area before the ball was delivered. Greece were in the qualifying group with England. They actually finished second. Just feeling the top of his spine. Wanted 2 hefty challenges coming in from both Valas and from Kyriakos. No goals as yet in the other game in this particular group. As it stands, that won't be enough for the Czech Republic. France with 6 points from 2 games so far. Baros trying to make his way through. And that could have gone anywhere. Tavlaridis just stepping in time then. He's proving particularly elusive. Not the first time that he hasn't been picked up. For once, Kyriakos' first touch let him down. Wild attempt to clear by Tavlaridis, but he got away with it. Foul by Peter. Good coach with his head in his hands, but he must be pleased with the application shown by his team here. Gitas. Here he is again, still with Gitas. Kovac stepped across and just did enough. Impressive display from Radoslav Kovac, who is featuring in the tournament for the first time. So just to reiterate, France atop of the group, 6 points from 2 games. The Czech Republic have 3 points, 1 win and 1 defeat, as do Belgium. Czech Republic, they've only scored 1 goal, and Belgium have a goal difference of 0, whereas the Czech Republic have a goal difference of -1. Greece, bottom of the group, no points with a goal difference of -3. Greece with it all to do, but technically they can still qualify for the semi-finals. Greece need to win, and they must hope that France beat Belgium. Here's Drobny. Pitek. Kyriakos sure-footed yet again. Dominant figure at the back for Greece. That was a poor attempt to get the ball forward. Barros. Just wasn't quite enough weight on the pass then. And Pitek left his foot in there. Slip was by Tavlaridis. Pitek retained in the starting lineup here by the Czech Republic. He was a substitute in the opening game against France, but he played in the second game against Belgium. And that will be a yellow card. Kyriazis, first name in the referee's notebook. On by Katsourannis. Good covering there by Grigera. Good support too from Kovac. Grigera. Czech eventually to clear and to pick out Vachusek. Good play there by Barros too, getting across to Hassel Sitaridis. Czech Republic have got better as the tournament has progressed. They felt that they didn't have sufficient time to prepare for their opening game against France. The Czech Cup final was played just 5 days before their opening fixture, and that involved several of their squad. Baranek, the coach, said that he didn't have enough time to work on his ideas with the players. Drelka foul. Drelka, one of the younger members of the squad, plays for Slava Prague. He's just 20. He's now played in the last 2 games. It's a bit sloppy that by Vallas. Skacha. Got away from Zitas. Surely there was a foul then, there was certainly a push in the back. Referee deciding to play the advantage. Here's Zitas. And that was hurried and hopeful. Sense that Greece want to get the ball forward quickly. Salpanidis up front with Papadopoulos. Drobny. There's Pollock. Zitas. Chases on for Papadopoulos. Good covering again by Grigera. Such a solid back line that the Czech Republic have here. Grigera, who plays for Sparta Prague, he's had a couple of good seasons in the UEFA Champions League. He's been capped 6 times at full international level. And by Sitaridis. And Kovac did well under pressure then. Took a hefty shove from Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos just feeling his collarbone then. Forward by Hydralka. No way through for Barros. Kyriazis. Sitaridis. Magnificent through ball there to pick up Papadopoulos. And Grigera again to tidy things up at the back for the Czech Republic. They're trying to make the most of Papadopoulos' pace. Lamputis with the corner kick. That's easy for Czech, or it should have been. Should have caught it at head height. In the end, he picked it up at waist height. Kyriazis. Better clearance by the goalkeeper. Lamputis. Agitas, who seems to have a free role, popping up in the centre midfield and then popping up in attack between the front two. Papadopoulos and Sapanidis. Back come the Czech Republic with Vachusek. Here's Skacha, crosses a deep one. Now, was there a push in there? Yes, it's a penalty. Barros went down. Referee had no doubts about it. It's a caution for Valas. Well, they've been so disciplined in defence, they've made it awkward for the Czech Republic. But now they've conceded a needless penalty. Referee didn't have any doubts about it. It's to be Zdeněk Grigera. This to put the Czech Republic in front. And they are in front. Super penalty there by Grigera. It's a lead in which they haven't really deserved on the balance of play, but you can't argue with that. Bottom left-hand corner as the goalkeeper dived. You sense now that they're on their way. Grigera's first goal in the tournament, and it's a crucial one too for the Czech Republic. All their good work in this first half undone. Barros went down, no doubt about that. No doubt in the referee's mind that it was a penalty. Push by Valas. You can see here, well, there was shoulder to shoulder. There was some contact. Difficult to see from that angle how much. Attila Hanasek, the referee from Hungary, had no doubts though. The Czech Republic had a penalty, and now the Czech Republic are in front. So if it stays this way and it stays goalless in the other game between France and Belgium, then the Czech Republic are on their way through, as are France. Still feeling his ear, still feeling the side of his head. Just making his way into that penalty area. Skatchel about to take the free kick. Awkward one to defend against two. There's definitely some holding going on in there. Valles again it was, who was holding on to Barros. You can just see his shirt there being stretched behind the player who went down, who was Hydralka. I made the point earlier that it is very difficult for referees to pick out some of the infringements inside the penalty area. Game of push and shove whenever a team has a free kick or a corner kick. Another yellow card. Tavlaridis is the latest to be cautioned. 3 yellow cards now for Greece in the space of 11 minutes. The Greek coach said that he felt his team were nervous and edgy in their opening game. They've now lost a bit of their composure here. Started well, looked better organised at times, but now they've conceded a goal, perhaps unnecessarily, and they're also losing a bit of their discipline. Here's Vachusek taking advantage of the slip there by Kyriakos. Valles across to cover. Vachusek, no way through this time. Pitek's cross is a deep one. Away by Sitaridis. Great work there by Barros initially, but he was also guilty of committing the foul. Just overstretched there to get to Katsouranis. Kyriakos. Kyriaris. Now Tavlaridis. Lamputis. Another opportunity for Kyriakos. Lamputis there had made some significant progress down the touchline. Greece playing with 3 at the back. Valles, Tavlaridis and Kyriakos, encouraging Lamputis to get forward down the left-hand side in support of Sitaridis down the right. And Gitas making these surging breaks forward from the centre of midfield to join the front two whenever possible. But the Greeks now must sense that they're on their way home. They knew they had to win here convincingly to have any chance of making further progress. But now they're trailed by 1-0. And the Czech Republic looking very solid in defence. Sakonidis had perhaps the best chance in the first half for Greece, forcing a save out of Peter Czech, the goalkeeper. Lamputis. Arm was raised there as Papadopoulos charged in. Kyriakos forward. Kyriazis also in there. Here's Pola. He's done well to pick out Barros. Pitek forward in support. Here's Pitek. Zitas just did enough then. Fantastic break forward. Barros quick to pick out Pitek. And the shot was way off target. Look at Zitas there, scampering back to get in a challenge. Sitiridis. Now Zitas. Lamputis needs to get the crossing, and he has done that. Well claimed by Peter Czech. But Papadopoulos claimed there that he received a push in the back as he attempted to get in on the end of that cross from Lamputis. Difficult to judge from that angle. It was Hedrelka who took a tumble at the same time. Now, was there a nudge then? Or did Hedrelka just pull out of the challenge? Here's Peter, who's just gone desperately close for the Czech Republic. Eager to get forward here to support the front two. And Thomas Hedrelka now in unfamiliar territory. Left back getting up to add his weight to the attack. Into stoppage time at the end of the first half. The Czech Republic leading by 1-0. Penalty by Zdeněk Grigera. Kovac forward. Barros almost on the penalty spot. And that's the end of what has been an enjoyable first half. Greece playing far better than they have done in their previous two encounters here. Two games which they lost against Belgium and France. But the Czech Republic here know that they need at least a point, if not three, and they've made the significant breakthrough. Although the Greeks still far from happy that the Czech Republic were awarded a penalty just 6 minutes before the interval. Barros took a tumble under pressure from Valas, and Zdeněk Grigera stepped forward to score from the penalty spot to give the Czech Republic the lead. Half-time in Lausanne then. It's the Czech Republic 1, Greece 0. So second half all set to get underway. Greece, it would seem, on their way out. Lost their opening two games, trailing now in this one 1-0. And the other fixture in this group, France against Belgium, that is goalless at half-time. So if it stays that way, the Czech Republic will be on their way through. They will join France in the semi-finals. Theatrical tumble there by Thomas Hedrelka. Hedrelka, just 20, plays for Slava Prague. Some pushing inside the penalty area was there when nothing was given. Polak. Showed a bit too much of the ball there to Kyriakos, and now the whistle has blown. Although Polak in just a bit of trouble there. Polak preferred in the centre of midfield to Peter Vorisek. Martin Jirinek is also missing. Jirinek suspended. Goal scorer against Belgium. Scorer of the only goal against Belgium. With Jirinek out, it's given Radoslav Kovac an opportunity to play on the right side of defence here for the Czech Republic, and he's slotted in remarkably well alongside Rigera, Drobny, and also Thomas Hydrolka. Here's Kovac. Peter Cech. Cech celebrated his 20th birthday only yesterday. Had a full season in Europe with Sparta Prague. Maciej, the striker with Slava Prague. Already been capped at full international level. Kyriakos there prepared to continue the argument with Vachusek. Skacho with a free kick. Kyriakos almost inevitably first to the ball. Now Drobny. And once more it's Kyriakos who steps in. Gitas still busy. Bags of energy. Xenophon Gitas. On by Hydrolka. Kyriakos fouled by Pitek. And that will be another yellow card. I don't think you can have too many complaints. Three cautions for Greece during the first half. First yellow card of the second half is issued to Karel Pitek of the Czech Republic. Czech Republic leading with that goal after 39 minutes from Zdeněk Rigera from the penalty spot. Pitek's got to be careful here, having just been cautioned. Left his foot in there as Kyriakos embarrassed him somewhat. This is a group which includes France and Belgium, and Greece played Belgium in a friendly just 6 weeks ago. It was a game which Greece won 3-2, and the Belgians give away 3 penalties. Three of the Greek squad have been capped at full international level. Kyriakos, Sitaridis, who's back for this fixture, and also Patsasoglu, who surprisingly has been left on the bench. Greeks were hoping that this would be third time lucky for them. They were beaten finalists in 1988, they were beaten finalists in 1998, when they were beaten by Spain, a squad including Valeron and Victor. Good goalkeeping that by Kotsalias. Got out sharply to deny Pitek. The goalkeeper's down and hurt. Suddenly those blue shirts were labouring to get back. The goalkeeper took a hefty whack too. See there that he's just been caught on the right thigh. It's the inside of the thigh too. It may well have been a stud which was grazed across his leg. Brave goalkeeping. And in fact, it was the incoming Greek player who did the damage. Katsaranis it was who just left his foot in there as Pitak shaped to shoot. The goalkeeper's close to getting back on his feet, but not Katsaranis. Twice now, Kotsalias has come out to deny first Barros in the first half and now Pitak in the second half. At the moment, Greece reduced to 10 men. Playing almost a 5-4-1 formation with Barros as the lone striker. Skacel has adopted a more central role in his second half. He was operating wide on the left during the first half. Now that was painful. There's something of a personal vendetta between those two in this second half, Kyriakos and Pitak. Pitak now back on his feet, but Greece are about to make a substitution. Charisitas is coming on, Angelos Charitisat, and he's about to replace Kyriakos. So Greece have now sacrificed perhaps their most solid defender. Charisitas coming on. They'll look to push him well forward. They have some defending to do. Skacel with another in-swing. Well dealt with this time by Kotsoulis. Qualifying, Greece defeated Finland at home, they won in Albania, they beat Germany at home, defeated England at home too, before they won in Finland. They did suffer 2 defeats in qualifying. They were beaten by Germany and by England, both by 2 goals to 1, and both were away fixtures. Got the better of Turkey in the playoff for the final tournament, winning 4-2 on aggregate. And here they're looking for their search, their first win. Greece now surely facing elimination. The Czech Republic, it would seem, on their way to the semi-finals. By Siteridis, Gitas. Greece started with the idea of trying to push Lompoutis forward down the left-hand side and also Sitaridis down the right. But Sitaridis doesn't look as though he's 100% fit. It was a bit of a gamble to play him here. Has been capped at senior international level, but he's almost strolled through the game so far. Hasn't made too many inroads down the right-hand side for Greece. In fairness, he has been ill for the best part of 10 days or so. It's restricted his training, and his lack of preparation is just showing here now. Pitak. Now Polak. Grigera, whose goal separates the two teams. That penalty scored 6 minutes before half-time. Gitas still looking very busy. Driving forward from midfield. Papadopoulos. And check out swiftly. Charisitas, intent on making an early impression, the substitute. They've sacrificed a defender, they've brought on a striker. Good goalkeeping by Petr Cech. It's a mark of a good goalkeeper, really, someone who's been as inactive as he has during this game, to be sharply off his line then to make the save. Vacicek. Now Pitak. Vacicek with time. They perhaps wanted to do too much then. Dallas to bring the ball clear. Kyriazis. On by Sitaridis. This is better from Greece. Lompoutis in. Drobny tidying up. Surely there was a handball there. Nothing given, and Grigera wasn't taking any chances. Greece beaten finalists in 1998 and again in 88, losing to France then, a team which included Eric Cantona and Laurent Blanc. Their record at the finals isn't particularly good though. This is their 18th game since the competition was rearranged in 1994. Previously it had been an under-23 tournament, then it was an under-21 tournament, which was amended to be a finals tournament in '94. Just a bit of work for Czech to do then. Papadopoulos with the header on. Time for a change. Karel Pitak is off. David Kobylik is coming on. Kobylik is just 20. Pitak is a midfielder. He'll operate and assumes wide on the right-hand side. Skachel's cross. Goalkeeper came, didn't get that. Whistle has already gone. And Barros has been cautioned. The cross was a good one. Goalkeeper didn't get that. Now, was there a handball? Well, that seems a harsh decision. Barras entitled to feel aggrieved. Valas. Gitas. Still with Gitas. Just got a little bit too intricate for him then. Vachisek bundled off the ball, but Gitas also took a tumble. By Kovac. Lamputis. Sitaridis. Change of approach here by Greece in the second half. Cheresitas having come on in place of Kyriakos. Greece need goals, and they need a lot of them. If not, they're on their way home, and the Czech Republic are on their way to the last four. 2 groups of 4 in this European under-21 tournament. Now, what has the assistant spotted there? Substitutes on the far side who are warming up, who've been told to run down the opposite touchline. They're rather bemused by that decision. They're all wearing training bibs, as you can see in the background there, but the assistant on the near side just making the point that it wasn't easy to pick out the last man in the line. I would have thought the blue seats just behind are more of a problem. Sitaridis, options inside the penalty area. Still with Sitaridis. Grigera stepping in. Skacha. Now Barros. Drelka loitering over the throw. Barros now. Skacha. Greece have lost a little bit of their early urgency in this second half. Here's Skacha. Just couldn't keep the ball in play. Supporters of the Czech Republic will be taking steps to extend their stay in Switzerland. The Greek followers might be contemplating a trip home. Czech deciding not to take any chances. Lamputis with the throw here for Greece. Cheresitas sent flying. Amanatidis about to come on here for Greece. Sitaridis is the player who's going off. Hardly a surprise. Sitaridis sprinting to the touchline. He didn't sprint too much when he was out on the pitch itself. Another leisurely approach by Sitaridis. Amanatidis has now come on in his place. Greece have the free kick. Czech comes to claim and can't claim. And Greece have equalised. It's Kyriazis. Slipped by the goalkeeper has now given Greece some consolation, if not some hope. Czech, who so often comes out and decides to punch clear, then didn't make a clean contact. But there was a clean enough contact from Kyriazis, and Greece are level. Lamputis with the free kick initially, and Czech there trying to get ahead of those blue shirts to get the ball to safety, but he couldn't do that. And there was a deflection then off Vachusek. Grigera was on the goal line, but the deflection off Vachusek's heel enough to take it beyond his reach. But Kyriazis will claim his first goal in this tournament, and Greece are now level. It's a goal which has surely come too late to save them in this tournament. It's 1-1 here. And the other game in this group, France have now taken the lead. We can dwell on what the permutations are after this attack. What must be going through his mind now? Change of approach in the second half has made a bit of a difference. Charisitas coming on has given Greece 1 or 2 extra attacking options. On by Pollack. No way through for Barros. Great defending there by Katsiranis. Katsiranis not showing any of the effects of that earlier collision with his own goalkeeper. Last time that Greece had a free kick in this sort of area, 15 or 20 meters outside the penalty area. And that was a glimmer of a chance too. Charisitas it was who was able to elude his marker. Ball sat up for him, and Rodney just did enough. Clear sight of goal, just as he tried to swivel there and volley, and he had to volley. Free kick was always going away from him. Charis this just unable to make contact. Goal has livened things up. A point now will be enough for the Czech Republic if France beat Belgium. France have the lead against Belgium. Another firm challenge by Vallas. Gitas foul. Kovac and Happy. Kobilik Hoblik. Lamputis with the free kick. There's a free header there for Tavlaridis. Peter Cech deciding to stay on his goal line, and this time able to distribute quickly to Milan Barros. Watching the replay there as the Czech Republic attack. Barros. And that was wasteful. Czech Republic want to make a change. They want to bring on Pospisil. Vachušek will make way for him. Skacha. Still with Skachel. Skachel, they just bundle off the ball. The combined efforts of Žitas alongside Katsouranis enough. Lamputis. Charistias. Little more than 15 minutes remaining. Kabilik being patched up. Just for the moment, the Czech Republic reduced to 10 men. Kabilik on as a second half substitute here for Karel Pitek. It's who's coming on here for Greece. Greece is a 21-year-old striker who's making his second appearance. Good feature in the game against France. It was a game in which, in truth, Greece didn't perform that well. Great stop there by Czech. Super stop from Amanatidis. Czech at fault for the equalising goal, but he did superbly well then to get down, to get that shot away. It was just zipping at him from off the turf. Amanatidis, who plays his football in Germany, has been at the centre of things in midfield in the games which he started for Greece, and making an immediate impression having come on here as a second half substitute for Greece. Meantime, the Czech Republic have made another change. Pospisil is on in place of Vachušek. That's a straight swap. Hydralka forward. Drobny also in there. Barros an obvious target. Kyriazis takes a tumble. Greece have the free kick. If Greece are going out of this competition, they can go out with their heads held high now, disappointing in their opening two games. Coach said they were very poor in their opening fixture against Belgium. It was always going to be difficult for them against France in their second game. They've shown here that they do possess players with a degree of ability. Kyriakos, outstanding in defence, rock solid alongside Valas. Might have been so different had Sitoridis been available right from the start of the tournament. He's short of fitness. There have been another couple of absentees for Greece here, players who would have been normally in their first choice of 20 or so players to make the squad. Lamputis fouled. Angelos Steers of Werder Bremen was one of the players who certainly would have featured had he been 100% fit. On the back of a long, hard season in the German Bundesliga, he was left out. It has to be remembered as well that the Czech Republic haven't been able to call on Thomas Rosicky, who was given time off, told to go away and rest after a long campaign in Germany with Borussia Dortmund. Still though, Miroslav Baranek, the Czech Republic coach, has been able to include 7 full internationals in his squad. That really is the difference, the fact that there are so many players in this Czech Republic squad who have got that big time experience. Coach hasn't been afraid to ring the changes either. But everybody fits into the pattern of play so easily. Barros. And he managed to get the shot away. He was actually steered towards the centre of goal then. Katsaran is trying to hold him up. Oh, the angle was still a bit awkward for him. Kyriazis. And by Vallas. Has been a little bit of readjustment by the Greeks in this second half. Katsaranis has now dropped back. Vallas has switched from the right side of defence to the left side of defence. Still operating with the back line of 3. Trying to push Lamputis forward down the left-hand side. Teresitas. Mojitas. Kobelik. And by Papisa. The coach there, Nikolopoulos, at times he looks as though he's despairing. Amanatidis, no way through this time. Peter Czech in no real hurry to get the ball forward. Goalkeeper has had an outstanding season. Earlier in the campaign, he established a new record in the Czech Republic for the number of minutes without conceding a goal, both in the domestic league and also the UEFA Champions League. 1,039 minutes. Having said that, he will hold his hands up and say that it was his error which presented Greece with a chance to get an equalising goal here, scored by Kyriazis. Doubtless the Czech squad will be taking a close interest in the games in the other group being played tomorrow. Switzerland facing Italy and Portugal playing England. Those will decide who the other 2 semi-finalists are. The winner of the second group will play the runner-up in Group 1. Charisitas with the cross, far too deep though. Coach is looking at his watch. Seconds are ticking away. And Czech happy to take a breather now. A little over 5 minutes remaining. France ahead in the other game against Belgium. Czech Republic know that a point will be enough. Amanatidis. Aimed in towards Charisitas. Back come the Czech Republic. What a lazy pass. It has been a warm evening in Lausanne. Amanatidis driving on. And that's a yellow card there for Drobny, the skipper. Hefty challenge from behind on Papadopoulos. Amanatidis was rather unhappy then that the referee didn't play the advantage. Papadopoulos did well, just holding the ball up and still able to play it on towards Amanatidis, even though he took a hefty shove in the back then from Václav Drobny. Amanatidis with the free kick. Super header clear by Grigera. Katsuranis now. Well, Greece running out of ideas and inspiration. Spartan crowd too in Lausanne. Has to be difficult for one or two of these players to motivate themselves now, knowing that they're on their way out of the competition. Pospisil. Barros. And by Pollack. Barros again. Such an effective target man for the Czech Republic. He's had a bit more support in the second half. That was rash too. Pospisil diving in. Putis now in need of attention. So all the permutations will be looked at. France, it seems, sure to qualify as winners of this group. Maximum points from 3 games for France. If it stays this way, the Czech Republic will have 4 points. That will be enough to take them through above Belgium and Greece. Czech comes to claim and claims at the second attempt. Goalkeeper determined to take charge inside his penalty area. Should have been a straightforward catch. He won the free kick in the end. Kobilik. Pollack. Pospisil. Baranek will know that his team have done enough. Has been a disciplined performance by the Czech Republic. Nothing flash, nothing fancy. Had the advantage of that lead at half-time. The penalty from Grigera after Valles was adjudged to have fouled Barros. And despite the slip by Peter Cech, which enabled Kyriazis to grab the equalising goal for Greece, they've always looked in command, largely untroubled in defence. And you can be sure that for the semi-final, the Czech Republic will make the most of the return of Jirenek and also Borisek, who plays in the central midfield. He's been carrying a bit of a knock, so Jan Polak has had the opportunity to fill that role in this particular fixture. But Borisek of Teplice, a dynamic figure in midfield for the Czech Republic, and they have missed him here. Here's Jön. There's an ambitious effort from a long way out. He will be rather frustrated that he spent the majority of this game on the bench, having done well against Belgium in the Czech Republic's last fixture. Looks as though a win and a draw will be enough to take the Czech Republic through 3 extra minutes. No way back now for Greece, and no way back for Belgium. They trail France by 2-0 in the other game being played in this group. Jön. Well, already he's had a couple of good chances. Went to the World Under-20 Championships last year. Has featured for Sparta Prague in the UEFA Champions League. Not a regular by any means. Unlike the goalkeeper Czech and Grigera. Pospisil. Now Jön. Kudus across to cover. Czech Republic still looking dangerous when they get forward. They've changed their front line, don't forget. Vachisekov, Barasov. Pospisil now on alongside Jön. Bielik operating wide on the right-hand side. All their changes have been attacking changes. Skacel fouled. Frustration getting the better of Zitas. Coach just glancing at his watch. Word will have come through from Geneva, I'm sure, of the score in the other game. Kyriazis looking rather weary. It's been a hectic schedule. This competition kicked off on the 16th of May. Three games in a short space of time. Just a two-day gap rather between the second and the third fixtures in this particular group. And that's it. Smiles from those on the Czech Republic bench. They're on their way into the semi-finals. They won't know who they'll play until after the fixtures in the other group. They're played tomorrow, but Greece are out. It wasn't a whitewash. They lost their first 2 games. They fought back gamely here. They equalised with a goal from Kyriazis in the second half. This was that goal. Mistake by Peter Czech, the goalkeeper, decided to punch clear and punch straight to Kyriazis. His shot took a deflection, but in the end, it didn't really matter. The Czech Republic ahead at half-time. A penalty goal from Zdeněk Grigera. That after Milan Baros had been held back by Spiridon Valas. But a point ultimately was what the Czech Republic wanted. A win, a draw and a defeat, enough to take them through in second place in this group behind France, but just ahead of Belgium and Greece. So in Lausanne, it's finished the Czech Republic won, Greece won, and it's the Czech Republic who go through into the last four.
So France and the Czech Republic qualify from Group B. Find out what happened in England's group next Tuesday night here on Sport on 5. Right now, though, it's time to get on with the action, and we're off to the States now to